to Mic Check Waifu Waifu.
Check. Mic check. Waifu. Teliano, is that you?
Yes, sir. What's up?
This is episode 168 of Mic Check Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Lube Complex. Make sure you go to lubecomplex.com and use that offer code Waifu to save on your entire car. Shout out to the homie Cryfu, the owner of Lube Complex. He's gonna actually let me have one of his old Twitch emotes. After he stopped streaming for a while, I'm like, man, yeah, one of the dopest emotes there was. It was a
Which
fax.
one was that?
It was this fax emote. It was just big bold letters. It just said fax, but it displays so promptly in the chat. So I'm like, yeah, you should let me get that. So he gonna let me get that. Shout out to Cryfu. He actually just dropped an album too. No More Heroes. So check that out on his Twitter. Follow him at No More Heroes. The O's are zeros. Woo, bar. This is Mic Check Waifu, the anime podcast brought to you every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. CDT. Before we get started, we always like to thank our Patreon producers. Shout out to our Patreon producers, AB, Aaron Brown, Dre, the GOAT, G, Johnny from Anime Lyrical Podcast, Ked, the Pro from Chaotic Culture Podcast, Explicitly, shout out to Explicitly, who took his trip to the Philippines recently. I wonder if he's still there. Hope you're doing all right, brother. Shout out to Monique Williams and our boy Nachi. What's up, Nachi? Thank y'all so much for supporting this and many other episodes of the podcast. Support us on Patreon to get early access to the video versions of the podcast, as well as the bonus podcast, a whole another hour, 45 minutes of conversation with the boys, us, as we discuss everything, not just anime, video games, life, deep topics, music, all kinds of shit there. So make sure y'all check out the Apple Story podcast exclusively on Patreon. We
might be talking about in the next after story about how our real life is an isekai.
Facts. True. Be on the lookout for that junk. How you feeling today, Till? This week?
Oh yeah, real good, bro. I ain't got no complaints as usual. You know, I don't complain about nothing. But it's been good, bro. Like I was telling Polo before we started the podcast, I watched like 10 episodes or something specific. He probably already checked it out, but I hope he ain't check it out and spoil it. Okay, good. But hey, I watched 10 episodes of something new, newish for me. So yeah, but it's been a good week. Kids good. Working out. I ain't had no complaints. It rained, so my trees growing. You know.
Dude, it rained a lot.
Nice out here.
It rained so fucking much.
Right, bro. Exciting.
It's crazy. Yeah, man. Same here, man. I've been a lot better. I still am kind of got the remnants of the sickies, but I'm the sickies. Other than that, I'm pretty damn good though. I'm pretty damn good myself. It's just this fucking cough that won't go away.
Yeah, I feel like that one time I got sick, and we all in the house got sick, and I'm not sure if it was COVID or not. But you know, Monique didn't say she had COVID like when she got tested. But we all felt sick, so we all just sat in the house, didn't go nowhere when we was sick. Just in case we did have COVID and just didn't know, or the test just came back wrong. Right. But yeah, that cough, for whatever reason, I feel like the coughs ever since I moved to the South just be worse. Like so the allergies be kicking me in the chest.
So bad, bro. I can't stand the cough. The cough is what drives me crazy the most, because it's like I don't feel sick anymore. So I want to stream again, but I hate streaming when I'm like coughing. Because I mean, I got a mute button. I got the Go XLR here to solve that problem. But you know, I be trying to be entertaining. Oh yeah, there's a whole demon. Just like, well, you good?
It's the water bottles.
Oh.
Water bottles.
Got you. Okay, yeah, but yeah, this is it's the anime podcast, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We actually have some topics, two very distinct topics to discuss this episode. One of the topics is very interesting to me. we kind of touched on it last week, and that's My Hero. I kind of touched how I don't want to read the manga because I want the show to be palatable for me or enjoyable, because I feel like after I watched Attack on Titan, after I read Attack on Titan, watching Attack on Titan is just unenjoyable for me. Like, I can't fucking enjoy that show. And we're gonna get to a little bit of Attack on Titan a little bit later in the show on a broader topic, on a broader sense of things, because this topic that we got today is a lot more than just, Attack on Titan. We'll get there when we get there. But first, I do want to discuss let's get to the episode of the week, and then we get to the My Hero discussion. I think that's a good idea.
Well, what was your episode of the week?
Man, a lot of good choices this week, but I do think let me see. I do think it's hard to choose. Let me just say that I do love the results of Black Summoners, the Minfilia summons in Black Summoner, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Overlord. Overlord was my favorite this week because of the fucking implications that happened after the repercussions of the situation that happened at the end of the episode prior to this one. As we talk about Overlord, every time we talk about Overlord, it's weird because Overlord comes out literally the day our episode comes out. So we talk about the episode from the prior week from when this episode airs. So it's kind of hard to talk about. I just can't wait to see what's going to happen with this war with the kingdom. Was not expecting it. So I thought that episode was fire for me.
It was a great episode for Overlord. I would say though, my episode week has to be Made in Abyss.
Very interesting episode.
It was just too much going on. We finally get the resolution of what happens with our characters in this area. We get like some correlations on how things felt similar for them. It was an intense episode overall, and just general. And then even so, if we go to the whole production value, the music they put in, this is new music for this episode.
Incredible.
Made in Abyss, they stepped on my heart for this episode.
Man, for the last 3 episodes or so, it's been doing that, to be honest. It's been extremely fucking just heavy. I mean, per usual with Made in Abyss, but it's been a lot to handle. Sometimes I just have to pause it. Made in Abyss is a show I have to watch as soon as it airs, because I have to walk away from it sometimes. I just have to fuck, I gotta take a break, because it's just so heavy, man. It's just so fucking heavy, especially with the backstory of what happened with how the whole village was formed in the first place. That shit killed me. I'm oh, this is heartbreaking. And then I don't want to go too deep into it, but what the village had to do to survive, man, it's rough.
Yeah, it was real rough to even see that play out for Made in Abyss. But we know how they do in that story. Nothing is
for no reason.
Everything is irredeemable in that anime.
Very much so.
Nothing I feel like every positive in that anime somehow is a huge negative.
That's a fact. That's a big fact.
I mean, the positives be positive, but they still feel like huge negatives.
Straight up. You're not lying about that. So let's get into it. I'm gonna just go to Twitter. Actually, there was a tweet that we tweeted. Jesus Christ, Polo, English, man, English. There's a tweet I retweeted and tagged Tell into it from the homie O, aka at Oasis 3457. That's says
the workout bro.
Yeah, it's the workout bro. He says, My Hero Academia doesn't resonate with me anymore. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed by that. 2 years ago, it was all I wanted to discuss. Now, before I continue, there was another tweet I saw. Let's see if I can find it. There she is. Shout out to Bam Hendricks at Bam Hendricks _ on Twitter. She says, glad I'm not the only one, because she said recently that she just is not feeling My Hero Academia either. And shocking to see, because it seems like it's a stark change of feelings from the week before to now. What the hell happened to? Or a couple of weeks, I think it was a couple of weeks ago.
So I'm not sure.
Without details, obviously.
I'm not sure what happened outside of that, but a couple weeks ago, like let's say 3 weeks ago, since the new manga chapter aired today, or the issue with My Hero Academia,
without any spoilers,
is that the issue with My Hero Academia is like it's hard to even bring this up because I can't say who it is, but just think of it like this: when you remove a character from the show and they have such high importance to it in the manga, it feels like it has to be done properly, right? But the issue with, and this is just like not even just a My Hero Academia specific issue, right? One of the biggest issues with like just reading the manga in general is that you get so many details that get brushed over or walked over and that kind of stuff. And My Hero Academia, I feel like the manga is cool, but it's not good enough for the kind of anime adaptation that they're doing. Like, it's cool, and I think the idea of My Hero was cool to start off with. It felt like an Americanized manga that was like.
Wait, are you talking about the show or are you talking about the manga? We're talking about the manga, right?
In general, just the entirety of the show.
Okay.
Like the whole series, the idea of it, like this character, the writer has a great love for superheroes.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the problem though. I think the problem is the manga.
That's why I dropped off?
No, the manga is the topic of discussion right now. Everybody that read the manga or that is reading the manga is saying the manga just ain't hit with them no more. It ain't resonating with them no more.
I can't say that. I can't say that without spoiling it.
Yeah. So, but why do you think that could be though?
Like I said before, the characters get removed from the series, and then this week they kind of tried to retcon that with a character that had not been seen in almost a year. And then it's like we got this villain who is supposedly entirely evil, but he's feeling so many different things that make us feel like I don't know, bro. It's just a lot of it is, let's say, incohesive. That's it.
That's what it sounds like.
It's not all cohesive. It's not all coming together, gelling together like we want it to. It feels like there's so many story elements that are getting skipped over and missed, and it's rushed right now. We'll say that in the manga. That it feels rushed. Yeah, and for a manga, that almost never happens for the most part, but it feels so rushed in the manga right now.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that's weird, man. That's weird. I'm like I said, I'm not going to read it. I'm still going to look forward to the show. And hope for difference.
Yeah, but I was gonna say you were feeling that way though, more or less about the anime though, right? Like it was just okay-ish. Like it wasn't as good as it started off with.
That's true.
So I think it's just the story, like the intrigue, the freshness of it wears off, especially with the story not being able to keep up with that. Interesting
concept. Listen, I'm looking forward to seeing where the show goes still, even though I've hated the last two seasons. The last two seasons have been complete trash to me, but I'm looking forward to what's coming, hopefully. Because I seen some stuff that kind of piqued my interest, like the fucking screenshot that everybody likes to just spoil for everybody. And
which one?
The one where he wears his costume properly for the first time in like 17 years, it seems like, and it's all like black and glowy and stuff coming off of it. It looks like a demon.
Mm-hmm. That's, I don't know, that was beautiful, but yeah, I hate that they keep spoiling that because I ain't even want to share that. But that My Hero Academia talk kind of brings me up kind of like another topic.
What's that?
Kid the Pro invited me to their Shogo High space on Twitter. I got in there a little late. It was like an hour after he sent me the invitation. I appreciate you for sending that to me though, Kid. I came in and listened to y'all. Shout out to Shogo High and everybody else who was in there. But when I came into Shogo High, they was talking about like DBZ, Dragon Ball Super, that kind of stuff, and talking about how like it gets like a lot of unnecessary hate and stuff like that.
It's trash. That's why.
And Jay Lee Trey was saying, you know, like he overall enjoyed it, and I've been seeing a lot of people really enjoyed it, from not hardcore anime fans to like hardcore anime fans. People really enjoyed it, right? And I know, like, my perspective of it is kind of the opposite of what the consensus seems to be.
Really?
And I don't think the movie was that good. I think, yes, going in thinking about a Dragon Ball movie, it was cool. But like, I feel like nothing in there was like, and I mean, I literally, all I had an idea of was the new forms and pictures, right? I had no idea what this was really going to be about. So I still went in with like a fresh perspective on this show.
Low expectations.
Or this movie. And I feel like my expectations, I'm not even gonna say they didn't exceed my expectations at all. It was exactly what I expected from a Dragon Ball movie, and I don't think it was better than Dragon Ball Super broadly, Dragon Ball Super Resurrection F, or Dragon Ball Super in general, or Dragon Ball Z. Like, it just didn't seem like the movie was really that good. And for them to make this movie all about the growth of Gohan, I really feel like there wasn't enough detail or depth into the growth of Gohan. Was it fighting? Cool. Was it well choreographed fighting? Not even close compared to the other stuff that we have. So I feel like I get it, and I get why people feel that way. Like, you know, people being too critical of Dragon Ball. Like, we already know what it is. And
that's bullshit.
Bam, you said something about Bam earlier. Bam, her favorite anime apparently is Dragon Ball. I didn't know that before that space. But the cool thing that she did say, you know, like, your favorite anime is anime. Your favorite anime creator's favorite anime is probably Dragon Ball. And I'm like, I get that. A lot of people probably had that perspective. But the reality is that, like, while that is still, like I said, a cool concept, like, Dragon Ball was just a door for a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly.
And we appreciate it for being a door, but the cool thing about doors is that when you walk past the door, there's so much more behind it that you can get to see. So it's cool that Dragon Ball is still relevant, still popular. It's going to be relevant and popular even probably for our kids in the future, that kind of stuff. But I think this is fair to call it how it is. If you enjoy Dragon Ball, I'm not dogging you or saying anything negative about you enjoying Dragon Ball. I just don't. And I'm not even trying to be critical. I wasn't trying to be critical when I watched it.
Absolutely.
I gave it, I think, a fair rating of like a 6, maybe a 7.
I think this is, I should have joined that space so I could become a demon. But what I think is that I think you were the most level-headed when it comes to that, because again, you are a little bit more open to the shonen and the typicalness of, you know, the fight scenes and shit. But I love Bam, absolutely love Ked, love Jay Lee Trey. They know I love them. My thing is regardless of what Dragon Ball Z has done in the past, i.e., it was my intro to anime. Like, it was my intro to anime. It was my intro to me finding literally my lifelong brother, my best friend of all time, Till. Like, it is very important to my life, but I am objective enough to know when I tried to watch Dragon Ball Super, it did not resonate with me at all. It's so bad. Like, it's to me, it's so bad. Like, it's just so bad. It's a bad show. From the plot to the characters being extremely dull and bland and boring and simple. It's always been that way too, though. And no, I just told a lie, because Dragon Ball Z wasn't simple. Like, the Cell Saga was,
Dragon Ball was good. Dragon Ball,
fantastic.
When they introduced Vegeta and the other Saiyans, that was kind of cool.
Fantastic. Yep.
Cell Saga was cool, and then
one of the best sagas of all time. And it's literally started to deteriorate after that. And that's fucking normal, man. This show's been going for over 40 years, bro. Like, it's okay for it to be atypical, be usual, man. It's not anything special. Dragon Ball Super is a victim of nostalgia, it seems, for most people, and that's fine too. Like, I respect that. I don't like, we in what you said that they said that we all should go, we're being too critical of it because we should go into it knowing that it's Dragon Ball. That's bullshit. We should go into something expecting more. if you don't expect more, you won't get more. We say that all the time. We say that constantly. You have to expect more instead of settling for less. That was the big topic of discussion when that Cowboy Bebop show came out, because I was one of the advocates for I'm giving this a real shot, because from the trailers I saw, it looked like it was shot well.
Clean, for real, to me.
Extremely clean until you watched it. And when you watch it and they try to over animate the live action show, a show that's not even overly anime, it ruined it. It completely ruined it. So instead of just like, oh, you know what, it wasn't that bad, let's support it so we can get more. No, I'm not supporting that shit. There's no way in hell I would have watched the rest of it after those first 2 episodes.
And to tie it into the My Hero talk, right? Another part of the conversation about Dragon Ball Super specifically is like how the anime is manga accurate, and I'm not sure how many people read the Dragon Ball Super manga, but like I don't remember the anime ever showing Master Roshi showing signs of the Ultra Instinct, or I don't remember the anime giving Gohan his shine like it did in Dragon Ball Super. Like Gohan was a lot stronger in the Dragon Ball Super manga than he is in the anime. Like it was more reasonable to say this is Gohan from the manga in this new Dragon Ball Super movie than to say this is Gohan from the anime that we've seen, because the Gohan from the anime we've seen has not been training that much and is not that strong in comparison, and we have no idea why things are going the way they are. But like what we do understand, I don't know what that beep was. I don't know if you heard that. It was a pretty loud beep. But what we should understand though is that regardless of it being super manga accurate or not, or what it is, like if you dare to enjoy it, whether it's manga accurate or not, like enjoy it for what it is. But I'm just saying, like if they were sticking to the manga, I think Dragon Ball Super would actually be a lot better, because I feel like how they wrote the characters in the manga was just superior. We got more detail where these characters felt stronger, where Gohan gets to fight some of the actual characters who look like demons in Dragon Ball Super, the Universal Tournament arc, So it felt like they really let us down if we really looking at the manga in comparison to the anime. And then they just introduced a little bit of a spoiler, but Frieza Black. We get Frieza Black, and I feel like the anime ain't even gonna give us Frieza Black like that. They're not even gonna make Frieza Black look like that. And
you talk and listen to how you discuss in Dragon Ball right now. Okay, again, remind you, this is coming from somebody whose Dragon Ball is very important to him. Was very important to me too. But I am able to look critically or objectively at this shit. Why does Frieza still exist? I don't like this. This is so fucking stupid how they try to, recycle and just recycle and recycle. It's the same shit, y'all. It's the same shit. It is the same exact shit.
Also,
so, I don't know.
Go ahead. I got another spoiler alert.
I don't know why we try to defend just the atypical and be usual. It don't even make sense.
Also in the manga, and I'm just saying this as a little spoiler, it's kind of funny, kind of not funny. But one of the funny things I thought that happened in the manga was that we have these 2 characters. Both of them wish to be the strongest in the universe, right? But because one wished after the other, obviously he becomes stronger than him, right? That's reasonable. That makes sense, right? If I asked to be the strongest in the universe after someone else asked, I should be the strongest. But then they say because Frieza was training in like a place that was like secluded within the universe, he didn't count as being in the universe, and he pop up and he's stronger than everybody. I'm like, come on, bro.
So stupid.
Like, come on, bro. Like, not like Frieza came in, one shot the villain that Goku and Vegeta have been having the hardest time fighting, who he came through and one shot the villain that Goku and Vegeta were having the hardest time fighting. I'm just like, contextually, for things to make sense, Dragon Ball ain't doing it. It don't make sense. And I love Dragon Ball. Y'all gotta tell I love Dragon Ball. I'm still talking about it. I literally been reading the manga and everything, watching the movies. But I'm gonna be real about it. I feel like I understand everybody got different opinions, but I'm being real to myself and my opinion on it. I don't think it's really living up to the expectations that people putting on it.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good, in my opinion, personally, at all. Period. Now, but I mean, we digress. I guess. I don't know. I wish, again, these are conversations I wish I could have with them more often. I just don't like to go to Twitter anymore, let alone Twitter Spaces. But it's just weird, man. It's a very strange kind of I don't know, juxtaposition, because there's a lot of shit that's just so good now, so good, regardless of if it was great because of, or it opened because Dragon Ball opened the door for these to be great. I thank you, you know, but what does that mean 40 years later or 25 years later or whatever it is? You know,
exactly.
It don't mean shit. It means absolutely nothing now. So.
And we also have to understand that big writers, they can't keep up that same quality
100%.
Forever. It
was gone at the end of it. Was gone after, in my personal opinion, because I know you enjoy it, but it was gone after the Cell saga. Like, I know you enjoy the Boo saga.
I only enjoy Boo. I don't enjoy the Boo saga. Being real.
Yeah, but like it was gone after that. It possibly should have ended. Me personally, after the Cell saga, I thought that was a decent cap to the to the series. To be 100% honest with you, but
could have been. That's where they were going to end it.
See, and that would have made sense. But obviously, money is the
it's a driving factor. We get it.
Speaking of money, there was a video that I sent Tel. That I said we should kind of make the topic, and the reason why I wanted to make it the topic because it touches on so many points that are extremely valid with literally everything. I mean, the title is the title is titled. Sorry, anime is changing and the dark reasons why. Anime is changing and the dark reasons why. I saw that and I'm like, you know, I usually don't watch anime videos because I don't like anything to sway how I think because I record an anime podcast, so it's kind of tough for me to be like, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and watch this video and bring it to the show. I don't want to be influenced by that shit. So what I do is I saw that title and I'm like, it got me. I watched it. And when I watched this video, the video is titled, I'm going to see if I can get the credit to the author. I'm going to put the video into the show notes in the description too. Anime is Changing and the Dark Reasons Why by Kuroto's Mystery Shack. Apparently an anime YouTuber. It was released 3 weeks ago and has 691,000 views on it, so that's kind of clean. But yeah, so the video really touches on how anime is changing, and it starts off by talking about how anime is becoming mainstream. And at first I rolled my eyes, kind of like how y'all are right now. I know everybody listens to this podcast. When I talked about anime becoming mainstream, you're like, oh, here we go again with this kind of conversation. But listening further into the video, the video touches on something that's extremely, extremely, extremely interesting, and that's the popularity of becoming mainstream, right? So with anime becoming mainstream, it's becoming popular. Meaning, when it's becoming popular, more and more places want to try to get anime put on their services, their streaming services, and what that does to the anime community or just anime in general. And that just had me think about, obviously, the hottest show of the, what was it, spring, summertime rendering, how it's just unavailable to most people unless they go to the site that shall not be named. Most people haven't, because summertime rendering was licensed out to Disney Plus. Now, right. I think that's only Disney Plus Japan, which is even worse, because that means we're not getting it until probably 4 or 5 months later. But that just goes to show, like with anime becoming popular, it kind of is a bad thing, and I never really thought about it that way until I watched this video. And let's even put that into another like realm of thinking, right? Because anime is becoming so popular and so mainstream, and kind of I watched the same video as Polo, obviously, but that with anime becoming so mainstream and going to most of these different like streaming platforms, how does that affect like just shows in general on these platforms? Because I was looking at this and I'm thinking like, all right, we're talking about how mainstream something becomes, right? That means that people want it more readily available, readily accessible. They want to ingest this content, right? Well,
the issue with having it finally go mainstream like this is that so many different people want their hands in that pie.
Mm-hmm.
So many different companies want their hands in that pie, and that also means that now they have to put in bids for that pie, and that also means that their streaming services costs are probably going to go up, and then it also means that in order for them to hit that profit margin or that bottom line they're trying to hit, they got to cut costs somewhere, right? So does that mean that app development is going to go down? Does that mean that when they actually get these shows, they're not willing to pay the super high end price of it? So now they got to get the watered down version of it, and it doesn't look as well animated, i.e. Seven Deadly Sins, and other different series like that hit like Netflix and other platforms. You know, what is the overall ramifications of something becoming mainstream and not giving it, you know, the full love that the fans of that series or of that genre or item like?
Bro, you spitting right now. Like, you think about what even what the video was touching on, like how it all started with just Crunchyroll buying these places, and then you had a place like Funimation, but it still didn't matter because you still had week to week access to these shows. And then when the video brought up Netflix, I'm like, damn, you know, that's something I never really thought about, because he talked about the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure shit, the part 6 or whatever. With the way it's being released on Netflix has completely ruined any type of hype that JoJo's has had, because when I was on Twitter, when it first came out, all you see is that. Then it
Everybody's
died.
talking about
completely died. And then guess what? It's not going to be talked about until it's back again, but it's only going to be back again for the 4 or 5 episodes they decide to release. And it's going to be gone again. And it's going to be like the conversation is going to disappear. I think that's the major ramifications like that I learned from that video, outside of the movie conversation that we're going to get into a little bit later. But I think that's the main issue with anime becoming mainstream, is because somebody like Netflix trying to pick it up and trying to broaden that. Yes, it's broadening the audience for anime watchers, sure, but it's also ruining the conversation, right? Because he in the video he talked about Great Pretender. Great Pretender isn't coming back, and Great Pretender was such a fucking fantastic show. It was probably one of the best shows that came out that year that it came out. It was so fucking good, and it couldn't get the love it deserved because it was released piecemeal.
That release cycle was trash.
It was awful.
Real.
It was
five episodes every month. Come on, bro.
That just don't work.
Like, we know what's funny though is, like, realistically, that's more than what most anime viewers will get in 1 month. 5 episodes in a month is more than what most anime viewers will get. But there's also the fact that we have to wait sometimes for it to come around. And the crazy thing is that, yes, we watched all of your episodes, but then I had to wait a month. And guess what happened? I forgot about it because I can't put it in my regular schedule because it's wild. Why would you let me forget about your series?
I absolutely love Beastar season 1. I thought the series was great. It wasn't as high as Tell rated it, but it was great. Season 2, I still haven't watched season 2 because I completely forgot about it. Yes, I could have went to the site that's not going to be named, but I tried to go there the least amount of as possible, because exactly. I pay for these streaming sites. Like, I pay for these places, so I want to watch it there, and I want to give like the credit to, you know, even though they don't really get the credit they deserve or the money they deserve, I really want to give my watch to the actual streaming site so people can know, hey, bring this back on the streaming site.
And also, hopefully, those people who make it get the money they deserve.
Exactly.
Because we're giving it the love it deserves.
Exactly. So, like, you think about it, like something like fucking Blue Period, bro. Blue Period didn't hit Netflix until way later. A lot of people miss Blue Period. It's a fucking fantastic show. It was, again, one of the best shows of that season that it came out in. Yet gets no love, gets no topic of conversation because it was released via Netflix piecemeal or literally years later after it done aired. Same thing with Summertime Rendering. Summertime Rendering is literally probably the best show this year.
Yeah, probably.
and it's not getting any love. People like Rob J said a tweet earlier. I think it was today. He said that yes, Summertime Rendering is just that good, but still go into it tempering your expectations, because the more you temper your expectations, the better the show will be for you. I paraphrased that entire tweet that he said, but that's literally what he was saying, you know. in the topic of the conversation. But I'm like, yo, that's so fucking crazy because now people aren't going to be able to watch it because it's just not easily accessible, like Till discussed earlier. Like, it's just, you can't just go to Crunchyroll and say, oh, is it on Crunchyroll? Nah, man. It's on Hulu? Nah, man. Funimation? Nah, man. Where?
And then let's say Disney Plus does release it for the US, right? And it's gonna be dubbed, which I want to check out the dub to see what the voice acting is like. But let's say we get the dub, right? The issue for Summertime Rendering, if we get the dub, is that it has 24 or 25 episodes. That's essentially 24 or 25 weeks of hype, of monetary, like actual exposure this anime could be getting. Just thinking about, like, just having to be able to speculate, because I don't have a choice but to speculate what next week is going to be about. Like, that in itself will draw attention to the anime, because now I have to go out and talk about it. But now the fact that I can binge all 25 episodes in 2 days on a streaming service, well, let's say I'm not really doing that. Like most people, let's say a lot of people aren't doing that. But there are a lot of people who like to spend some time watching TV on their off days because they don't want to have to go out and do extra stuff.
Absolutely.
Now you literally just lost the amount of talk time your show can get because you put it on the streaming platform and everything is out all at once. And I do think that's an issue with, like, Netflix for real. It's like, we look at Hulu and we look at Starz and all these other shows, they put their stuff out weekly, bi-weekly, and then they'll do a half a season finale, those kind of things. I would have much rather Summertime Rendering, like, if we had to stop at episode 12 and they say, all right, we're gonna give you the rest of the 13 episodes at the end of the year, and it's gonna be like split it up like that, and they're gonna give us like weekly, I would much rather take that than you drop 25 episodes on Disney Plus, because now I'm gonna enjoy it. But when I go to watch it, what's giving anybody else the, like, what is making anyone else feel like the need to go watch it right now? Because they know the whole thing is right there right now. Why do I have to go watch it right now?
Exactly. I just want to say that, like, and to be honest, this is kind of what I love about our podcast, is the fact that we cover this shit weekly. I know a lot of people prefer to binge their anime, but you think about it, like, right? Like, we are able to have conversations that people just can't have, right? People that say, you know what, I'm gonna just wait to binge it all. Now you binge it all, you watch it, you enjoy it. That's cool. That's perfect. And maybe that's how you want to enjoy your anime. But, like, being able to have this water cooler conversation with friends and just talking to people, period, like we do on this podcast, that's what makes it so special. Like, that's why before this podcast, I was the binge guy. I'm like, yo, I'll wait till it's done and I'll binge it later. Now watching it week to week gives it time to settle, gives it time for me to enjoy it. Like, I thought watching Overlord was gonna be the hardest fucking thing for me because the episodes fly by. They go by so fast. You don't even know that it's over until the credits start rolling. But because I'm able to digest what happens weekly, I'm able to watch more shows, a variety of more shows, and I'm able to, again, settle and just have these theories and conversations with you that are just so fucking fun to talk about. Like, Summertime Rendering is not going to have what it's been having our spoiler half of the show. What's crazy is that, like, yes, a lot of people, and we got the numbers, a lot of people still listen to the spoiler half of the show. And I know most of them probably haven't seen Summertime Rendering yet, but we still have some retention when it comes to the listens, when it comes to, like, the second half of the show. Right. But, like, so those people that are a part of that, they understand, like, the conversations that we're having, and they kind of free flowing with us. They doing theories and shit with us. But when it comes, like, when it's being binged, it's going to be good for what, a week? And then it's going to fall off the topic of conversation, maybe.
Right. It's not even a maybe, bro. It's not a maybe. Yeah. Because let's say we give it to, like, somebody big. Let's say King Vader or Crystal or one of those big, like, anime TikTokers, Kier, please. Somebody, let's say one of them, these big anime, like social media stars. Let's say one of them talks about Summertime Rendering. Mm-hmm. And everybody go out and some people gonna watch it immediately because somebody said something about it. Mm-hmm. But what happens to those people who didn't have the time to go watch it? And that's what I think is the biggest issue about this mainstream thing. But also, I hate the idea of region locks. Like you think about, like, the One Piece movies. Like, I watched it. Like, several of the One Piece movies. They didn't come to the US for like almost a year is what it felt like. And that wasn't even the worst of it, you know, like the Demon Slayer movie, we got some of that, but we ain't get it the exact same time. You know, it was already airing, already did numbers in Japan, and then it was like a couple weeks, a month later, we got it, and that's not even gonna be for everything, you know. Yeah. I still haven't seen the latest movie for Heaven's Feel, and that's the Fate movie.
Yeah,
you know,
we still gotta watch SAO Progressive too.
Still gotta watch SAO Progressive. Like those region locks are doing heavy damage. We not gonna see those, and a lot of times when we do actually see them, we got to go to a site that shall not be named or try and find it on somebody's vintage shelf of, you know, they just imported goods and stuff like that. It's hard. And I also just think, and this is just like my overall view of what was said in that video we watched. Polo, I don't know if you're gonna put the link to the video in our description or whatever, but there was a part where he said, talking about, we got all these different streaming services, Netflix, Hulu, HBO Max, Stars, YouTube TV, all these different streaming services. And psychologically, for people in general, more options equal bad. That's just what it is. Absolutely. When you got more to choose from, you create more issues. If I gave you 32 types of ice cream to choose, which one are you going to choose? You're going to be stuck because it's 20 something that you never tasted it before. Mm-hmm. So now you want to taste 20 of those, but you also don't know if you're going to like 20 of them, but you know for sure you like at least 5 of them. So what are you going to do now? What do you do now? Right? Exactly. Do you completely miss out on all the beauty, all the great shows that they put out there for us? Or do you take whatever you want? And a lot of people are going to say, look, I already got Netflix, Hulu, and HBO Max. Why am I paying more for Crunchyroll? Or I already got Crunchyroll. I'm not paying for Hulu just to see specific anime. I'm not paying for Netflix just to see specific anime. Why would I do that? And that some of us are going to do it because we want to make sure we ingest it. But like he said, a lot of this, it leads to piracy. And I don't think that any of this is going to lead to these prices being more pocket friendly for anybody.
Exactly.
Netflix is not going to do it. They already told us they hate us sharing passwords. They about to start charging people for sharing a password. And they about to start charging for all these different things. Get it. Cool. Now, should those people decide, all right, cool, I can just watch all your shows on Netflix from, you know, anywhere, basically. I can go on the internet and look for them. Now what happens? They're not investing that money back into the shows now because they done diversified too many choices for us.
And it's already bad enough that the motherfuckers, the animators and stuff, aren't getting paid properly. Like, it's already
200 yen per drawing.
Crazy, man. It's crazy that they already not even getting that financial support to even should want to keep this going. Like, the video talked about so many people, you know, taking their own life because of the stress that comes with becoming an artist. It doesn't pay well. Like, imagine if we had the opportunity to give, and this is why. Sorry, I'm all over the place here, but this is why that person, I forget what studio it was, but back in, what was it, last year, 2019 maybe, somebody talked about creating a streaming service that was directly in support of the artists in which they get their content. So, for example, if let's just say Madhouse, if Madhouse decided to put their Overlord on this new streaming service, the artist, the director, everybody that's a part of the Overlord team gets direct payment for that. I forgot what it was. I'm gonna have to look that up and bring that back to y'all next week, but it was supposed to just be something like that to help support like these artists like directly instead of going through a third party site like Crunchyroll. But the problem with that is that the market is so gobbled up already by Crunchyroll, and as you said earlier, like why would we as consumers or any other consumer, because I will go straight to wherever supports the artist, but why would we as consumers leave something like Crunchyroll to go to this site that supposedly these artists created to support artists when it has way less anime than Crunchyroll, Netflix, HBO Max has already. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would we go there? So it'll do nothing but die. And that's probably why I haven't heard anything about it since. I've heard about it since like 2019 or 2020 or whatever it was. But like,
there are platforms like it, but they don't tend to do well. They aren't very popular. Like the websites where you support your favorite content creator and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, they have those apps and stuff, but they're not thriving because, like, yes, we want to be able to do that, but why would I go to another site to support my favorite TikToker when I can just go to TikTok? Like, I literally see you on TikTok. Why would I go to another website to see my favorite YouTuber when I'm literally seeing on YouTube? Yes, there are always going to be diehard fans, super fans that are going to follow you wherever you go. But that's majority of us, especially in the United States, we live on convenience and comfort. Yeah. And I'm not stepping outside my comfort zone for something that's not highly important to me.
That's exactly right.
It's got to be overwhelmingly important. But I mean, I get it. And then I also was looking at, I don't know if you looked through like the budget of certain anime.
Oh yeah.
Come on, how are we having episodes that's $150,000 budget?
Finally,
and these artists aren't getting paid for it.
Exactly. It's the fact that they finally are getting up to the point where TVs. There are TV shows that get. Well, what was Friends like? Fucking almost $500,000. They were getting the people, the actors was getting paid $500,000 per episode almost. Like, it's fucking crazy how TV shows can get so much more support than anime, and for anime to just now be getting to the point where $150,000 an episode is considered crazy is wild to me. It's so wild to me.
Maybe we'll get like an actual anime cable channel.
Oof, that'd be fire.
And maybe I'll invest in cable again, because I ain't touching cable. But shoot, if we get an actual anime cable channel,
but that's just Crunchyroll, bro.
Yeah. But I ain't gotta look through nothing. I just turn it on and it's already there.
That's fact. Yeah, I don't know. Last but not least, man, the whole movie thing. I got a question before you to end this off on. Do you think the way Demon Slayer did the movie and then went into the season with the movie basically as episodes, do you think that's more viable than just having the movie be canon? Because like you talked about One Piece earlier, in the movies, none of those movies are canon. None of those movies actually even fucking matter. So like I can watch all of One Piece and not watch the movies and be perfectly fine. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that's the way it should go, the way Demon Slayer did it? Or do you like the way that apparently Kaguya-sama Love is War is doing, where you got the 3 seasons and then after the third season the movie caps it all off?
I mean, I'll be real, I like it either way. Because I think the cool thing about the movie aspect of it is that the movie can really be anything in that world. Like, it could be something that happened before it could just be given extra details and whatnot, right? Like, just give us what's happening in the meantime, that kind of stuff. It don't have to, it's meant to, like, I guess I would say, like, explore your imagination. But what I like better is I do like that the movies are canon, right? Like, I like looking at the movie and feeling like if I'm invested in the story, it's not a complete waste of time on the story aspect of it. Mm-hmm. Because yes, I'm going to enjoy the movie just because it's the movie, but I would like for it to be I would like for it to feel like it's invested in the story that I'm trying to pay attention to, more or less. So I would prefer the movies to be invested or be like that. But like, so what Demon Slayer did though, and I'm just gonna say, like, a lot of people probably enjoyed the way Demon Slayer split up the movie onto, you know, the show.
Not a lot of people saw the movie.
But I feel like it was a slap in the face
to the people who saw the movie,
who went to go see the movie. And I'm not saying, yes, you got to pay money to go see the movie, but like, if you set it up so we got to go to the movie theater to see the movie, and then you're gonna put it out on a streaming platform anyway, I didn't have to spend my 15, 20, however much money to go see the movie. I feel like I could have just paid for that streaming platform, and it would have been the same. But like, I feel like I just feel like it was a slap in the face to people who watched it. Do I think it was cool? I think it would have been cool if they just did that in general, like did that, and then didn't go back and say, all right, everybody can view this now.
Right.
They should have had the movie on the streaming platform to begin with, in my opinion. But I mean, either way, I watched it both times, so I mean, I don't really care either way. But it is what it is. But I would much rather like Kaguya-sama Lovers War Way, where it's a cap.
Season.
Or it's like, if we're gonna do the arc, make it something where I don't feel like I like you messing with my show and the movie, and I gotta kind of choose it. You know what I mean?
It's exactly what Overlord is about to do, and it's just gonna determine on if I like that or not. Because, to be honest, I don't like because perfect example. Made in Abyss did it, right? Made in Abyss season 1 ended, and they had the movie, which we didn't get the movie until 2 years later. That's where the problem ensues, Tail. That's where I have my problem. Yes, it could be cool to get the movie and move on, but you will not. The movie will come out in Japan just fine. It'll air. It'll go to DVD in Japan. Everything. We still won't get it until possibly a year or two later. So and I don't like that.
And I agree with that. I agree with that entirely. Like that's stupid and that's messed up. But I think that what made me not care about the Made in Abyss one so much is that we didn't hear about it being in theaters in the US. So I didn't have a choice on whether or not to go to the theater and watch this movie. But also, they gave us enough of a break in between the first season to give us a movie, and then give us the second season. So this movie leads us directly into the second season without making it feel like I wasted my time or anything, because they didn't give it to us in theaters in the US. And if they did, it was so select that it was something that would have been negligible. I would have never even known in the first place.
But that's how it's going to be that's how it was for the SAO movie. That's how it's going to be for Kaguya-sama Lovers War. It's going to be so select. That's how it's going to be for Overlord. I don't even think, to be honest, it's not even 100% certain that we're going to get these movies here. Like I haven't seen. I know Kaguya-sama the movie's coming out, not just from his video, but I heard it was coming. Mm-hmm. But I have no idea if it's coming to
I don't even watch it.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's in the US at all. I know the Teasen Master Tagiya-san just had a movie. I don't know if it aired here or not. I don't know shit about it. But it's canon, so like I need to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Like movies like that, right? Like I feel like the difference with like Demon Slayer was that Demon Slayer was such a big box office hit.
Yes.
Right? Like they made this movie. They probably didn't know it was gonna be a hit like that. They knew it was gonna be good, but it was a big box office hit. And then they put it on the streaming platforms. And to me, it felt like they just throwing money out there at this point. Like, just watch it. Crunchyroll gonna pay us to put it on this platform, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Cool, whatever it is. But the thing with like something like Made in Abyss is they could have put that on the streaming platform too. They could have put that movie on the streaming platform, exactly. But they didn't. It wasn't available. Why wasn't that available when y'all gave us Demon Slayer? Yes, it's way more people who like Demon Slayer than Made in Abyss. But if y'all gonna give us a series, y'all could have put these on the streaming platforms and made it accessible for everybody. And that's the thing that kind of like where my mind is going. That we got these exclusivities and we got these things that you want to do, but like they picking and choosing too much between these exclusivities and how things are getting placed.
Exactly right. And that's why in the video he was absolutely correct when he said it's segmenting the fan base, which is that good? No. It's not good at all. Is it bad? Nah. Is it bad that it's this popular? Let's just cap it off. Let's just do the gut check. Is it bad that anime is becoming mainstream? I say no, because that means we're getting more of it, right? I say personally, I think it's great. I absolutely love more people are watching it. Like it honestly, I mean, it gives us more people to listen to our podcast too. I mean, selfishly, but like I do enjoy the fact that a lot of people are getting into it.
Yeah, and I agree.
But I do think it's going to be harder and harder and harder to find certain shows at certain times. Like we're going to miss so much because of situations where you got summertime rendering, right? We're not us personally, because like I said, this is kind of our weekly thing, but everybody else are going to have no idea what summertime rendering is because of the way it's being released. A lot of people are going to miss it completely because they don't have Disney Plus. Like it's all so unfortunate that one of the best anime probably won't get that love. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's not just summertime rendering. It's multiple shows.
We agree on that gut check entirely.
Yeah. All right.
On to something lighter.
Yeah. Let's get to know my check waifu. This is part of the wait, what?
Hold up, you ain't even let me talk about my surprise thing. I watched 10 episodes.
Shit, yeah. We were going for so long.
Wow, bro. He don't even want me to talk.
That's crazy. Yeah, we've been going for a little bit, so I totally forgot about it. What was the surprise thing you watched?
I watched 10 episodes of A Couple of Cuckoos.
What? Wow, Tell turned on 10 episodes of A Slice of Life without being drawn to. Asked to? I don't know. That's crazy.
I do think that it's interesting. I do think it's very interesting. I think it's actually quite wholesome, quite interesting. But the issue I have with it is I'm not sure how his sister feel. I don't like his sister the way she, like, I do like her. I like her with her sister, but I don't like her with him. Because she got this very confusing relationship where she love her brother and that's all she do is she just love her brother. But then it almost feel like they trying to like ease it into this idea that she like, well, he's not really my brother, but you grew up together. I don't want to hear that.
That's your brother.
I just got to say that's your
my
brother.
My thoughts, bro. Exactly.
But the anime is good. I'm not even gonna lie. It's good. It's good. It's enjoyable. I think it's funny. I like how our main character is kind of navigating. He like, I got a person I like already. Yeah, I'm on that, but he still kind of got like he in this position where he feel like he got these mixed feelings about the other girl, and I'm like, hey. I mean, I get it, bro. You young, you 16, 17. It's cool.
Bro, you gotta watch the rest. It's been so hard. It's been so hard on me because I've Sugawara is the one. Like that's, and now it's pissing me off. It's pissing me off.
Is her name Sugawara Hero?
Yeah. Yep. It's pissing me off because I think she's the one, and everyone else is just in the way, and that's frustrating. That's extremely frustrating, but I mean, it's a good show. It's definitely a good show. It's not as good as my stepmom's daughter is my ex though. Like I still enjoy that one so much more than A Couple of Cuckoos, but I do like A Couple of Cuckoos. You still been watching my stepmom daughter's my ex?
No, I still got some catching up to do, but I just wanted to turn on something fresh, something new, and I was like, man, I feel like I gotta take some of Polo's recommendations once in a while.
10 episodes too. You was like, damn, okay, I kind of want to see what happens next.
It was dubbed. I was like, I'm gonna turn on 10 episodes of dubbed anime.
How was the dub?
It's good.
Really?
I like all the voice actors, all of them.
That's clean. That's super clean. Damn. Okay.
And that's wild because normally I'll pick one out. Right? I don't but all of them is cool to me. The dad is funny.
The dad is fucking hilarious. He just had
mom funny.
He just had a situation in the most recent episode.
Yeah, it was good. It's good.
I love that. Absolutely love that. Man, it's dub, man. How many? It's only 10 dub episodes?
No, I think it's like. Well, I'm not sure because I think what the current anime is at 18 episodes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many dubbed episodes it is. I just watched 10 just because. Yeah, I was just watching it.
Okay.
I have no idea how many dubbed episodes there are. I turned it on and I was just going.
Yeah.
just paying attention, just zoned in.
That's dope. Oh, and before we get to know my check waifu, I'm glad you watched that, but I did continue to watch some more episodes of Boruto.
I saw that with like 30 something.
Yeah, well, a couple of them was filler. Actually, like 3 of them was filler, but oh my god,
17 episodes dubbed, by the way. Nice.
Oh shit. Okay. Damn. I might just let it finish out the dub and then continue a couple of clips in there.
For real. I'm gonna finish it, dude. I'm gonna catch up.
That's crazy. That's dope. But yeah, Boruto. Still bad. I just finished the Hidden Mist War. It was some of the. It had a moment that I was like, okay, Boruto is actually likable in this particular moment, and it ain't had shit to do with fighting.
What happened? Can you just give me what made Boruto likable in this moment?
It's kind of
It's spoiler.
yeah, it's spoiler for a moment that's actually redeeming for. Okay, redeeming. Redeeming is a strong word. Redeeming is a very strong word here, but yeah, it's something. You know, it's something.
It's something.
The arc was pretty bad though, and it's the arc is so bad because it's like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give you this spoiler. You do wait, you do remember this because I think it was a part of the episodes you actually watched. Do you remember the hit and miss people when you had that the main dude and you had the three other people, the big dude, the girl with the two swords, and then the girl with the pointy sword?
Yeah.
So they came back. And the girl with the needle sword, fuck. I don't want to spoil that. Never mind. Fuck it. Spoilers for Boruto if you ever gonna watch this trash. The girl with the needle sword had a situation to where she was, she died. Okay, she fucking died, and it was the fucking listen to me, Matel. I swear to God, this was the wackest fucking death you will ever see in your life. This is exactly this. Hold on one second. This is exactly how I handled this death. This is exactly how I handled it. She was doing something, and then it was like this. I guess I don't want to describe it. I don't want to show it on video because the people listening ain't gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about. She was doing something with her move where she was holding down the enemy with her chakra, and she was holding him down. Then the enemy does like a sweep, an actual sweep to like. No, it was like, because of course it was an abomination. It was a jutsu, right? Mm-hmm. The sweep hits her, and she just go flying backwards, and she falls down, and she's laying on the ground. And they come up to her like, oh, I forget her name was Ichiban. I think it's like Ichiban or something like that. I don't fucking know what her name was, but she literally was laying there, and I'm like, okay, so you got the daughter of Sakura here, Sakura Uchiha. Sakura Uchiha in previous episodes had healing jutsu. So did other people that are around her right now. She's laying there from just being hit. She's just like it was like a backhand because the enemy was fighting somebody else, and the enemy was being captured by her needle threads, and she gets hit. And she's laying down on the ground and she's dying, and they're just looking at her, talking to her like, "Oh my God, what? Are you okay?" And she's just laying there and she's like, "Well, yeah, I did," and she's talking and she's spilling out her fucking soul or whatever, and she just dies. I'm like, this whole fucking time, nobody's using a healing jutsu when you got the son of Sakura right here who can use some healing jutsu. No, she's not a medic ninja at all like her mother is, but she can use it. They didn't do anything. The most this girl had was a fucking nosebleed, bro. It was a nosebleed and she died. I'm like, yo, are you kidding me right now? Like, this is how you gonna do this?
It was the internal damage, Polo.
Nah, bro. Listen, when you see, I should give you the episode. I should just have you go watch this particular episode, just to see the context of her fucking death is so stupid. It's so dumb. I can't believe that it actually happened. But yeah, the show's not good, sadly. I'm on the arc. I'm about to be caught up relatively soon. I got like 9 episodes left to be caught up. So
wow.
Yeah, we should see how this go.
Wow. So funny enough, that made me think about the My Hero Academia death, and I'm just like, y'all just be doing shit just to be doing shit.
Bro, it was so stupid, man. It was just so dumb. It just was so dumb. I'm like, all I could do was I sat there with my hand on my chin, like smack my lips, pause the show, and just, I'm like, what the fuck is this? I literally said that out loud by myself sitting here. What the fuck is this, man? Anyway, let's get to know my check waifu. It's part of the podcast. One of us rolls a random number generator together, reads a question associated with that number. We have 9 questions inside of the list. Only 9 left. I'm going to roll the random number generator. Tell's going to read me the question. So, 8.
What are 3 of your hobbies?
Good question. It used to be photography, not anymore. Video games, anime, and video games. And streaming. There you go. What are 3 of your hobbies?
I gotta look up definition of hobby real quick.
Something you do for fun in your spare time. So workout.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about like, if you make money off of it, does that count as a hobby? Because I also don't do it for fun. Workout, anime.
Mm-hmm. You definitely don't play video games.
Don't listen to this dude, bro.
We trying to get him to. We trying to get him.
Music. I've been getting more into music lately.
Oh yeah, that I don't give 2 shits about. Oh, cool.
But singing only. It ain't been like really like rapping. It's been like R&B, vocalist kind of stuff.
Okay. All right, I like it. When we come back, we're gonna spoil Overlord for Summertime Rendering and Parallel World Pharmacy. Great episodes. We'll be right back after these. back to Mic Check Waifu. As always, make sure you follow us on Twitter at Mic Check Waifu, on Instagram and TikTok at Mic Check Waifu. Right now, we are going to spoil. I need to get back into the habit of dropping the episode numbers that we're going to spoil. We're going to spoil episode 21 of Summertime Rendering right now, episode 9 of Overlord 4, and episode 9 of Parallel World Pharmacy. So, without further ado, let's do further and spoil Summertime Rendering. Summertime Rendering episode, of course, obviously, it was the best episode this week of any show, yet again, per usual.
Consistently.
Unbelievable consistency with this show. When we started and Shinpei brought up the fact that Ushio was found on the day of the festival, I'm like, fucking of course. How did we not think about that moment? It was so long ago, I guess that's probably why. But
because we not that good, bro.
That's crazy because we hit every other point up to this point, and we didn't even think about the fact that Ushio wasn't even discovered until that festival day.
And the reason we thought that is because when did that happen? That was like episode 4. It's been so many episodes since then, and those days in those episodes felt like they flew by. And we get there, and we were just at that moment, we just stunned by the fact that Ushio was even there. It wasn't even like.
I just had an epiphany.
What's up?
Summertime Rendering can it? Okay, maybe you can answer this question for me. Can it be considered to even have arcs? I just think it just goes. Is it just one big fucking arc that just goes?
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy
to
think about. We could
break it up into arcs, but it would be more like they will all be considered something like a discovery arc. So the whole thing is just like one arc.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I was thinking to myself, because what I wanted to discuss, dude, this is fucking crazy. All these anime is combining in my head right now. Because I'm thinking about how Overlord have such clean arcs and arc transitions, and how Parallel World Pharmacy have clean arc and arc transitions, that I didn't even think about the fact that, because I was going to touch on that when we got to Overlord and we got to Parallel World Pharmacy, but I was thinking like, wait, but what about Summertime Rendering? And I can't think of an arc transition because it doesn't. I think you're right. It's only the discoveries could be the arcs, but it's not. It just goes, man, and that's unheard of in anime, bro. That's unheard of. What other show could do that? What other show has done that?
It's probably something like, I think it'll go like by the name of probably like 86.
No, that has arcs.
What arcs did it have though?
It had the beginning, which was the major. That was 3 episodes before we swapped to the 86, and then that was like 4 or 5 episodes, and then swapped back to the major. And those are separate arcs.
Yeah, I guess you can look at that. I was thinking more like, I guess if we split in a way, I was thinking we could split it up in terms of like arcs, like with the major and without the major.
I mean, you could do that too.
How I was thinking of it.
You could do that too, but those are literally separate arcs.
Yeah, it's still like essentially like an arc.
Mm-hmm. Man, it's fucking crazy. Oh, bro, it's crazy.
It's really just a good ass anime.
It's so good.
But yeah, the whole them figuring out, and then I loved how they said all this speculating, and we don't even know if it's right. But that's all we got to go on. We have to speculate. And I love how Heine and Shide are just like not stupid.
No, nor is our main character.
They are some of the smartest villains, and it's not even like,
it's not.
I'm not even saying like they smart, like they planning every little thing out.
Right.
But they're like, Shinpei has been amazing through this entire anime in terms of like figuring shit out and going forward, and they've been on the same level the whole time. And you know how like sometimes the writer they make our protagonist just like
stupid.
He's overwhelmingly good at some stuff that's unnecessary. Shinpei has not been overwhelmingly good at anything.
No,
he's just been progressing through this story and trying to figure it out. And like his whole character arc in itself, like his growth from beginning to like now, he's way more calm. way more analytic. Like, we came into this and he didn't seem like that was necessarily going to be his character until it started to be his character. And then he started to get more into that role and how it was going. I'm like, Shinpei is that dude.
You know what Shinpei is? And
What's
I'm going to take some shit for this. He's the better Aaron.
He's a better Aaron Yeager?
Yes. He's more he's consistent, but with growth that makes sense. Like, he's going through some shit, man. He's going through some Subaru-esque shit, yet still managing to remain true, you know? And that's analytical and just like reasonable, you know? Instead of dead and fucking stupid and annoying and all of everything that every other character is or was.
Nah, bro is amazing. I love Shinpei. And then we have the whole cast of characters kind of like coming together, figuring out what they're gonna do. And what was really intense for this episode was right after we see Hide and Shide, we see them talking about, you know, they're looking for Ushio.
Yeah.
And I was like, I love it, right? They looking for Ushio. I didn't think their search was like this, bro.
They figured it out because Heine is Shinpei. So she has his way of thinking. So it's like, oh my God, it's so fucking good. The consistency within like the rules of the world is so fucking fantastic. Yes. Like the fact that we made it to Ushio and Ushio just automatically pops the fuck off after she gets her memories back was so clean, bro. It was so clean. This episode flew by too.
Yeah, this anime. Here's the thing, and I hope I'm not speaking too soon, but I feel like we might have to do a new top 5 list when this season is done. Like maybe right by the end of this year, because this anime. Like I feel like we've had some really good anime, but like you think about like the stuff we've had, like Astro Lost in Space was amazing. Yep. We talked about like 86 Vivi Flores Isom. We talked about how much we loved like Fire Force. This is one of those anime that's like almost feel like it's like a once in a decade kind of anime. We
might have to go our reintroduction 4 episode and do our top 5s.
Yeah,
that's gonna be crazy. Ugh. Re 4. We haven't done a re in a long time. Wait, what was our last? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna look that up right now while we discuss how fucking crazy Shide is.
Demon. So first of all, first and foremost, was not expecting. I was expecting bro to do what he was doing, but you saw how they was traveling through the water looking for Ushio. All ganged up. I'm like, ain't no way they gonna find them. They can't find. Can't find her before they do because they literally got every part of the ocean covered.
Bro.
It don't matter what happened. They got the currents covered. They got the direction. They know everything that's going. Ain't no way that our people Shinpei gonna be able to find her. And we see Shinpei, and I thought it was dope too. Obviously, because Shinpei has seen how Shide functions, he can use a shadow like mud and just use that to disfigure and not show his location. I was like,
that's exactly,
you. And this is what I've been waiting for.
That killed me because I'm like, damn, bro. He took a page from Shide's book, wrapped himself up in what was the baby called again? I forget.
Gus or something like that.
Yeah, something like that, and fucking used that to hide his location. And Heine was shook from that. You could tell she was shook. She's just like, yo, we just gotta. That's what she's like. I can't find Shinpei.
She hates Shinpei, bro.
She fucking hates him. She's like, I can't find Shinpei. So now we gotta make sure that. And then she started going through the plan of Shinpei as Shinpei is discussing his plan with the other crew inside of that little bunker. He's discussing his plan while Heine is literally discussing his plan. That's what I would do, if I was him or something like that. As she's him, fucking the double entendre there is fucking crazy, and it happened. She's like, okay, well, we just need to make sure we find Ushio first. And Ushio was last seen here. And then they all converge on trying to find Ushio. And again, our folks win that race. And that shit was incredible. This is the thing with this show. Okay. The one pattern that this show has is that whenever something good goes for our crew, there's always the most unexpected downfall that happens. And it's like it's expected for the anime to have the downfall, right? It's expected for the anime to have, whenever there's a high, there's going to be some lows, because that's how an anime continues to be entertaining. But it's always so unexpected that it's just like, boom, like losing Hizuru permanently fucking sucks, man. That's like, come on, man, that sucks. She's literally one of the best characters to me.
She was great. Oh, but also speaking of Hizuru, seeing Shinpei work and practice with Ryunosuke's power was amazing. The lightning, like that, just to see the lightning come, and he's like, "Hurry, close your ears," and he covers his ears with it's just like he's getting used to it. He stayed up on all night just to stand up and kind of see how it functions and stuff like that. Shinpei about to be a demon.
Yeah. So
he's about to be a demon.
So I looked it up. Our last reintroduction episode was 143. So yes, it is probably about time we do another. Mm-hmm. So when we do that other one, which is probably going to be maybe right after we do our fall season episode, we should revisit our top 5. So please look forward to that. But it's just great, bro. It's just great. It's never not going to stop being great.
Yeah, it hasn't stopped being great since it came out.
Straight up. I think I'm gonna just name this episode "Watch Summertime Rendering." You know how
that goes to the topic we had earlier.
It's true. You're exactly right. Just like how we had Watch 86, is gonna be Watch Summertime Rendering. Straight up, fucking fantastic show. Next up, Overlord 4. Man, to be honest, I always watch Overlord for the moment it airs, so I tend to like get overwhelmed with the other stuff I watch. I forget a lot of stuff until we start talking about it. But I started talking about it earlier, and I started to remember a lot.
So the big thing for me for this episode was more or less discussing like the plans for this war, how it's gonna go. We know what's about to happen, and then we see this whole zombie army, more or less, they at the gates of these people. And actually, the time flew by, because the beginning of this episode, it was like the ending of Albedo leaving the group.
She was leaving,
and then 6 months goes by.
Yep.
Now it's wartime.
Yep. And which is what I was talking about earlier with the arc transitions, because now it's transitioning to the arc so cleanly, because we had a perfectly tuned, like, and it's kind of like kind of tacky to do it this way, but it worked for this show extremely well. The roundtable discussion with them talking about how the war efforts is going, or how before the war efforts go, like how much progress have they made, and to just get that progress and to realize that these motherfuckers this little village don't fucking stand a chance until they apparently do. Was very interesting to me, man. Very fucking interesting.
The guy flying in, or what?
Yeah, that too, but mainly that.
so we got adamantite, or what were they? Mithril.
Yes.
So the mithril is lower than adamantite, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we got the mithril level heroes coming through to defend, the kingdom, and not our sorcerer's kingdom, but like the kingdom that Ainz declared war on, right? So basically, they're seeing this whole army of zombies and said, why did he only send 2 of his army to deal with, this entire war, basically, right? And does he think that they're that strong? And realistically, like, to look at them, it's crazy that they are that strong.
Yep.
Like,
we got 2 literally, to him, low level undead.
Yeah. We got we got one juggernaut with the shield, rushes in first, taking mad damage and unfazed, unscathed. I'm coming through the door anyway. And as soon as he gets through the door, do a little bit of work, we see the dual wielding skeleton start to come through a little bit. And he's not like armored up like him, but he seems like he's supposed to be faster, stronger, more of the I'm just slaughtering everything type. And The Warriors do not look like they holding up well. They do not look like this bodes well for them. They was getting work put in on them.
Yeah, especially like the Mithril hero that was, kind of like the leader of
running
them all.
The show.
Yeah, she was trying to she was using all kinds of buffs and shit, and it just wasn't doing anything to these damn things. Remember, these people, those Mithros have to be like level 30, 20, 28, 29, 30-ish. They're not Gaziv strong, right, as we know. So, and Gaziv was only 35. So the fucking Death Knights are 35. They're level 35, and they had so much trouble with that. The Adamantite hero that came through, I don't know who that is. But this is kind of the closest, albeit still not, I don't even think it's going to come close to what we have at Nazarick, but the closest thing to a player we've seen since the show started.
And that's exactly what I was thinking, right?
And that's because fucking crazy.
He blew through those Death Knights.
Right.
He or she, whatever it is. They blew through them Death Knights, right? Mm-hmm. Didn't even break a sweat. Came in, boom, 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 boom.
Dipped out.
I'm out. Boom. I'm like, damn. It was that easy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And it would be that easy for someone like Ainz, or even what feels like the rest of Nazarick.
Yeah, anybody else.
Like, everybody else in the group is like, why are they struggling so much with these? But it was kind of cool because Ainz is like exactly as as I planned, but it's also like. But
do you think that was, or do you think he was?
I think Ainz was hoping that someone would show up, right? Because you're attacking a whole kingdom.
But this is not the kingdom, though. This is literally a village on the outskirts of the kingdom, like a small village.
Right, but they know that this is a war on the kingdom, right? Mm-hmm. So if anyone's going to show up to try and put a stop to what Ainz is doing, this is the time to do it. Because Ainz could have easily showed up and said, "All right, I'm gonna fight y'all. I'm gonna show out, and that's gonna be the end of it."
Even with one of his Hanzo summons, he could have just sent, and that probably would have took care of literally everything. Because
you said what, those like 80,
85?
Yeah. That's busted. Busted. What?
Yeah.
Come on.
But I mean, you're right. I think this is just literally, he could have did this on purpose, because you gotta remember the comedy of Overlord. The comedy of Overlord is so well threaded within the fact that he doesn't technically know what he's doing, but he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing in the aspect of PvP. He knows what he's doing in the aspect of GVG, which is guild versus guild or guild fights. He knows what he's doing in the realm of combat. But anything else, leading people, talking to people, even fucking doing anything that's outside of normal mundane office work, he don't really know about. So,
but hear me out. Here's why I think it works out so well for him. Because yes, as a character, as a person, that all works for him. Mm-hmm. But you want to know what else works for him? The fact that he is Ainz Al Ghun. That character, like we know, just in character, Ainz can't feel emotion. So when he gets over emoted, things happen, right? His emotions get regulated. I'm not saying that's what happens to like his character, but I think that because of the character is the way it is, that innately he makes better decisions based on that kind of role.
No.
Because like a guild versus a guild is like a kingdom versus a kingdom.
Yeah, but it's dude, a lot of this shit is accidental, man.
I agree with that. I'm not saying it ain't.
If it's not straight PvP, it's not really quote unquote as planned, or something that Demiurge is planning that he's just kind of riding with, or something Albedo is planning that he's just riding with. Like like he's normally just riding on the coattails of his people, and then kind of like throwing in his 2 cents every once in a while, and that's what makes the comedic be so fucking funny.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I also think that, just as another funny side note, the reason he's so good at actually leading the guild, regardless of whether he knows he's making the right decision or not, is because of
he's able to delegate
the character. Yeah. Right, that's his ability. He don't even know that he's making the right decision. It just happened. He think that this is all I'm good at, so I gotta kind of make it seem like, but he really making the right decisions the whole
that's
time.
That's funny as hell. I get it. Yeah. Oh shit, I didn't even think about that. That's wild. To be honest, man, gut check, bro. What do you think is gonna happen with that Adamantite hero? Do you think that's a player?
Ainz ain't gonna. I do think it's a player, but Ainz ain't gonna show up because let's look at this. That warrior or whoever it was is nothing like the rest of the people we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
specifically. He basically a Gundam. We ain't seen nothing like that in this world so far. If he showed up with like some swords and a bunch of kunai and just threw a bunch of kunai and just destroyed them, I'd have been like, okay, that makes sense. But he showed up with jetpacks.
That's a good point because he almost kind of looks like a version of Mr. Touch Me. But Touch Me is one of his old clanmates who was the warrior that created Cocytus, and he had the full like Gundam kind of like sword shit going.
Right. I was also thinking it would be funny if this warrior, he was strong, but he was using like world level world shop items like his armor and stuff. Like he really ain't that strong. Like what if he like a low level character in the actual game, but he had to buy world level items to even be able to compete with like Ainz or something like that.
You know what?
Because I feel like the way his armor is, right, that does not seem. I mean, and I know obviously there's games they're gonna mix up. It's a game, so they can do whatever they want. But like in that world, it seems rather out of place. So I feel like that armor, those weapons, those kind of things are a little out of place. But you did say Touch Me, Mr. Touch Me or whatever, Touch Me Not, whatever his name is, had the same stuff basically. Yeah, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, so Lord Touch Me that created Cocytus had pretty much similar type of gear. But the thing with that is you probably right, but I don't think it's a player. I think it's the same concept, not a player. I think it's someone of the world who just happens to have access to world level class items, and like somebody sent him in with world class level items, kind of like how they did with the Holy Kingdom in season 1 did with the angels. Those were the world. I think those were only 7-tier magic items, but same point of effects. Like they just give them these items to kind of like beef them up. But I don't know because he was an adventurer, so maybe not. Maybe there was a player.
They said that's Touch Me, Polo.
Yeah, that's Touch Me.
He don't look like a Gundam.
It's kind of similar to what that dude had.
He look like a knight, bro.
It's kind of similar to what he had on.
Like a dragon knight. Come on, man. Ain't no way. That did not look like the same thing.
It did though.
I don't see no jetpacks. He just got mad big pauldrons on and a weird ass shield.
Look at him again though. Check out that warrior again. The warrior from the show.
Oh yeah, but he don't. Not like that, bro.
It kind of did, bro. It kind of did. The only difference is the guy was CGI. So maybe that's why it looked completely different. But I don't know. Maybe it is a player because it is an adventurer. So I think you might be right. Do you think he's gonna see? This is the thing. I don't think Ainz would. Well, I guess he would because you think about it. He now knows the power of his resurrection. All you need is a bunch of gold, and you can bring back somebody from the Great Tomb of Nazarick. No, let's see. Yeah, no, that's not the same.
Let me see if I can find a better picture, but they don't even look remotely the same, Polo.
That's not the same at all. I literally thought it was like a knight helmet on that dude. They just happened to have a jetpack, but yeah, no, I was wrong. Definitely not. But I think, I don't know. Maybe Ainz sends a party of like floor guardians, right? So Shalltear and Albedo. You got the defensive tank and Albedo, and then Shalltear, the combat person. I don't know, man. I'll be too worried about her losing herself again. Shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. This gut check is real hard for me. I just don't know. Don't know.
I think that the Adamantite warrior is already gone. I think that Ainz is going to let the people of this village have this little war, like have this fight, right? Because it doesn't hurt him if he doesn't win this, right? And they got to fight a horde of zombies. So whatever happens, people are going to die, and it's going to be like, okay, this is what happened. And he's going to reposition himself for the rest of the war. So I don't think that this is going to be like a big thing for him. He's going to continue and move on to the next part of his plan.
Yeah.
Like remember they were talking about like subjugating, like not completely killing everybody, giving some people, some leeway and letting them live. I think that's what this is going to be. That's why he only sent 2, because the 2 were to draw out whoever would be able to beat them. Whoever can beat them is who he's going to really try and focus his, attack on. But he don't need to focus here because the dude already left.
Right.
More or less, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you said. I don't know. I think this is the biggest deal we've had probably since he got here. Right. So, and it's so fucking crazy to think about because he only killed 2 Death Knights, but nobody has ever been able to do that. So that person has to at least be level 40 to do that. I mean, Ainz mentioned it himself when he thought his Death Knights died in the Qdoba cave or whatever. Like Qgoa is what their actual name is, but we decided we're calling them Qdobas. But like, it's fucking interesting, man. I don't know. Very interesting concept.
All right.
Next up, man. Next up.
Let's do it.
Last but certainly not least, Parallel World Pharmacy with another arc transition that's so fucking clean. It started off normal. Everything's going as according to plan until we received the leather from Tall Brother, which I thought was fucking hilarious. But Pharma's older brother, who was in college for medicine, talks about this fucking just this flu that's going around or whatever. And obviously, I kept saying, I didn't even read the episode title. I kept saying, I'm like, oh, they about to deal with the Black Death, because everything they were saying just was the same as the Black Death. I'm like, oh, this is about to be fucking dope. Come to find out, that's exactly what it is. And our boy Big Pharma pulls up all the stops with how he setting up quarantines. He's trying to kill the problem at the root with the rodents. It's just a fucking fantastic episode with determining how he handles this thing. Shout out to the Empress, by the way. I fucking love her. She's great.
Yes, her immediate shot calling to me was like made everything like even better because she trusts him.
Yeah, exactly. Does this seem like she's going to try to marry him?
Yeah, for sure.
That's kind of what I thought.
She about to be a child concubine. I get it. It is what it is.
Because she's like, I need to find a way for him to be able to move freely. And that's literally the first thing I thought about. I'm like, oh shit. Because she's literally just trying to do whatever she can for her kingdom, which makes her fucking an amazing character, an amazing empress. Like, she's great. She understands, like, yo, this motherfucker just saved me from the White Death. Now he's about to save us from the Black Death. Like, she's like, he got to be able to move freely though, and he can't do that if he's just a kid.
Right. But also like him already being mentally prepared for it, right? Because he knew that it was a possibility with like how the world is. He knew that the Black Death is a thing. He already prepared his antibiotics. As soon as he knew what was going on, he made strides and steps forward towards making sure that he could remedy this. How much of a help do you think? How much help do you think he's gonna need?
I think he has the amount of help he needs because he has his guild. Mm-hmm. All of them are prepared to do whatever it takes to make sure the medicine is passed around. The problem is, and this problem being kind of a big one, is the transition to the next arc with this plague, right? So you got the plague you're about to start dealing with, but then the transition to what we saw at the end of the episode. What the fuck is that, bro? Like, I thought this show was just gonna go back to just being wholesome, regular, solving medicine problems. But then they've just fucking flipped it on its head yet again with even more like depth than I anticipated. So like,
you're talking about half face?
Yeah, or half alive, or whatever you want to call them. Like, this motherfucker is undead.
Yeah, I don't remember the plague doing that.
Yeah, straight up. Straight up. So with that, I think he's going to do whatever he can to do it for the plague, and is going to have some success. But because of this guy, it's going to be rendered null and void because he's going to do whatever the fuck he is or whatever he's doing to bring some type of disease or chaos or carnage back to the realm, if you will.
So, yeah. So, kind of a slightly early gut check, but here's what I kind of think was going to happen is I think that this character is supposed to embody that idea of Black Death, but his magic is like the Black Death, right? Just like how like our character is the Pantheos.
Yep.
He is the Black Death.
Yep.
So what I think is going to happen is that everybody's going to be pushing him to try and kill him, but instead he's going to quite literally use his magic to cure and eradicate the Black Death from his magic.
Interesting.
It's how I perceive it's gonna happen.
That's your gut check.
I love because our character is he's a pacifist. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. He wants to help as many people as he possibly can. He doesn't want to say kill anybody. So hopefully that's gonna be. That's what I think he might do.
I tell you one thing though.
What's up?
He gonna pop the fuck off regardless.
Oh yeah.
So like
even delete air if he got to.
Even at the beginning when they show how much of a threat this guy is, and at the end they showed how much of a threat this guy is. Like he took out the Catholics. They're obviously not whatever they are. We just call them Catholics. Those Catholics like he was nothing, and those Catholics was relatively like. They were something when they were going against, okay, they were nothing compared to, they were nothing, but they had some ability, you know what I'm saying? So to see them go against somebody regular, quote unquote, regular in the world and just have that little success as well, maybe they're completely useless or maybe, maybe
so they might be actually ass is what you saying.
Maybe actually ass. Yeah,
they might be actually bad.
I don't know. I think this is gonna. I keep looking forward to this because again, I every time I think the show's just gonna go to some wholesome curing, it always throws in that small little piece of story that just keeps you like, oh shit, But even though we know the outcome, pretty much.
Right, but that's still the beauty of it, right? Is because like it still hasn't lost like its wholesomeness. Like even like you said in the beginning when Taller Brother, did his thing, like. One of the things that I just thought was like a nice little, like it was wholesome still, but then we still had that like nice little moment where he's like telling people boil your clothes, because they don't got washing machines. He like boil your clothes. Like we still get those little moments in this show that just feel like he is giving us all the context we want, like all the stuff that we wanted out of Dr. Stone.
Straight up, bro.
And it's like, I love it. I love it. Like I said, the boil your clothes, just the precautions of what you should do. We know as, modern days life, the Black Death, a lot of it could have been remedied just by staying clean, cleaning yourself, cleaning your clothes and your environment and stuff like that you would have had a better chance at surviving. He's trying to get people to already do that, avoid things like septic issues and everything like that. So it's like, while I know it's heading in that like darker direction, it still has a lot of light to it, which is really cool.
Which I think is the point, man. I think the show is fantastic. I am thoroughly shocked with it. Literally outside of the reoccurring stuff, this is really the best show that came out this season, in my personal opinion. Like while we got a lot of great other stuff like Black Summoner and Vermeil and Gold, and my stepmom's daughter is my ex. I think Parallel World Pharmacy is the one that I think captivated me the most. So,
yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily captivated me the most, but it feels like it just has the most potential, but also lives up to it.
What show would you say did that's new? Obviously,
this season, I'm not sure if anything. Because like Parallel World Pharmacy probably got to be the best thing for me this season. I will say as of recently though, and I'm only saying this because it's kind of new to me because I technically didn't watch it before this season. Classroom of the Elite, this new couple of these last few episodes really kind of like, I know I was bashing it before.
Crazy.
Don't do that.
Crazy.
These last couple of episodes been fire.
So fire.
And just contextually, just like everything that happens, and I love seeing characters act outside of the character that we thought they were. I love that. That was great. But for this season, yeah, I mean, I guess Parallel World Pharmacy is like my overall like favorite, but like I still miss things like Jobless Reincarnation.
Interesting.
Parallel World Pharmacy makes me miss Jobless Reincarnation. Because I'm not saying like it's bad, like or anything like that, huh?
Because you're a meathead.
Because I'm a meathead, but Jobless Reincarnation also had a lot of really good fucking story. So you can call me a meathead if you want to, but the story was still. It was what?
It was pretty good.
Yeah, that's
pretty good. But it was just pretty good. It was just pretty good.
Okay, it was still good story in comparison. Like, it's still good story. I'm not saying this is
what
bad
you're saying.
Story.
What you're saying is you want some hands to be thrown. Is what you saying?
Not even that. I'm not even saying that.
But why
I'm
do you?
literally
So
saying-
why
'cause
why other reason would you miss Jobless Reincarnation if it wasn't for the hands?
the characters? I liked way more characters in Jobless Reincarnation than I like in Parallel World Pharmacy. What character could I have not liked in Jobless Reincarnation?
I don't know what character you
other
don't
than-
like in Parallel.
I don't, but I'm not saying that either. But I'm saying there's more characters I like in Jobless.
There's more characters to like in Jobless Reincarnation.
The only character I didn't like was the messed up Fat Prince, and that's because he wasn't supposed to be liked.
I forgot about him, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think this is. I'm gonna just say it. This show stands on its own beautifully.
Oh yeah, I ain't saying that. I think it's a great show. I think it's a great show.
It's
I don't care
fantastic.
what season it would have been. I think it would have still been a watch, a guaranteed watch.
100%. Yeah, I'm still looking forward to it. Like I don't know, man. I don't know. It's been a great episode though. 168.
All right, we just finished talking about Parallel World Pharmacy episode 9 and rated it. He stands on his own. That's a quote from Polo. Overlord episode 9. Overlord season 4. Man, what y'all think is gonna happen next week? It's looking really crazy, and I hope I hope we get to see some player characters soon before the movie come out. Summertime Render episode 21. You already know what an amazing. So they don't leave us hanging ever. They always give us straight greatness. On that break, let us know what you thought about that song from Polo Born Fly. We know y'all gonna tweet them anyway and talk about how you vibe to it for 3 hours straight. Also, get to know Mic Check Waifu. We asked for 3 of your hobbies. We gave you 3 of ours. Let us know what 3 of yours is. We also got a Boruto update from Polo. Not looking too great, but it's cool. Couple of cuckoos from me. Man, I actually really enjoyed this slice of life. I plan on finishing it, catching up to where it is on the sub soon. Also, we talked about our main topic for the day. Anime is changing, and what do you think about the change in anime in the streaming platform, stuff like that? Let us know. Tweet at us at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter. Dragon Ball Super. I talked about it just because thanks for inviting us to Shogo High, but also I love Dragon Ball. I just also don't mind being a little bit more critical about it. Also, My Hero Academia, is it falling off for y'all? What is it? What's going on with that? Also, our episodes of the week, mine was Made in Abyss, Polo's was Overlord season, or episode Overlord 4 this season. And that's been episode 168 of Mic Check Waifu.
I'm at Polo Born Fly on all social media.
I'm at King Teliano on all social media.
You can follow our social medias at Mic Check Waifu on Twitter and at Mic Check Waifu on Instagram and TikTok. And as always, Mic Check.
Mic Check. Check.
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu. Polo and Tell. Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you?